Hey everyone, I'm Lisa Gandor. I am here to tell you how to perform a perfect burpee. I personally think you need 5 things to be able to pull off a strong series of burpees. 1, you need to be able to get yourself into a deep squat. 2, you need to have a strong core and a healthy back. 3, you need to have relatively good upper extremity strength. 4, you need to have good endurance. And 5, you need to be mindful and present the entire time you're doing your series of burpees. So let's talk about that squat. So when you're getting ready to go in a squat, you want to put your feet out wider than your hips. You want to keep your chest tall, get your butt back, and sink straight down to get into that squat. Once you get down here, this is when you think to put your hands down on the ground. So this might seem like a simple move, but this is where I see burpees going wrong, is that first movement. And if you can't get that first movement nailed down correctly, you're gonna set yourself up for a cascade of events of bad posture and positioning for the rest of your burpee. Here are 2 things that can go wrong with the squat. So I see people sometimes put their feet too narrow, and then they come down into a squat like this, okay? You wanna make sure your knees are outside of where your arms are. But still, even right here, my knee is way in front of my toes. If you've taken any exercise class, you've probably heard the instructor say, keep your knee behind your toes, okay? So we don't want to do this because your next move is to jump out into a plank. You are taking your knee at the maximum amount of flexion and then forcefully going into the maximum amount of extension. And then when you come up, not to mention, you're really straining this muscle to stand when you should be using your glutes and as well as your legs to stand. The second reason why that's not good is your next movement is jumping into a plank. So if you get down here and your butt is way up in the air up here, what's going to happen when you jump into a plank? You're going to stress your back. You're going to either do this move that I see frequently or this move. And this is hurting your back, okay? It's even hard for me to even just get into a plank. It's very hard on your back to do this movement when your butt is way up in the air. So that's why we want to start the move with your butt as low as you can get and then get into that plank. So if you're unsure if you can really safely get down into a deep squat, here's what I want you to do. Find yourself a long, tall mirror at home, stand in front of it and turn to this side. You should see and find this low curve in your back by your lumbar spine here. Over-exaggerated here. Here's my curve, okay? So what I want you to do is try and sink down low and squat and watch that curve and see what happens to that curve. You should be able to keep that curve for the majority of your squat. So I'm coming down here, I still have that curve. I'm going down lower. Now I know that when my thigh gets parallel with the ground, that curve goes away. Watch the curve, it's gonna go away. Now I have a flat back. Right? So here is kind of my limit, and this is where I put my hands down on the ground. By the way, this right here, when you lose that curve and it tucks under, that's called a butt wreck. I'm not making it up, it's actually called a butt wreck. And that's a topic for another day. That's usually caused by a tight hamstring, or maybe a tight groin muscle, maybe even tightness in your thoracic spine. However, if you cannot get that low, and this is as low as you can get, people have a tendency to then put your hands down right here. This is where I want to say, modify your burpee. You can modify it doing it on a chair against a wall, on a bench, or on a step. So here is where your strong core, healthy back, and your strong upper body come into play, is the plank. So you come on down, push on out. I have a nice straight line here. My butt's not down here, it is not up here. It is straight. If you can, this is where the more advanced move of doing a push-up, keeping stiff as a board the entire way through, pushing up. Now you jump up in to where your feet are wider than your hands and sit back, use all of these muscles to stand on up. This is another move where I see people going like this and then curling up like this. You want to use all these muscles down here to come up and not put pressure on your low back. So my number 4 and number 5 where you need to have endurance and be mindful and present of your burpee. You need to have endurance because we're not just doing one burpee, we're doing multiple burpees usually. So when you are getting your heart rate up, you're using all these muscles, it gets tiring. You can fatigue really easily. So that's when being mindful comes into play. If you're doing a minute, 2 minutes, God forbid, 3 minutes of burpees, you're gonna get tired. And so you need to be mindful and know when to slow down, when to modify, or when to stop. Because we want you to be safe. That is our number one important thing, is your safety. I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching. Take care. Have a great day.